They chuckled the moment she pulled out the rifle. Faded scope, worn stock, nothing like the sleek tech the SEAL unit preferred. One sniper smirked. That an antique? Another chimed in. Bet it can't even hold 0. She stayed silent, setting up her gear as the jabs kept coming. Then the alert hit. Movement spotted, 2 miles out. Wind screaming across the valley, heat shimmer blurring the target into a haze. No one would dare take that shot. No one but her. One breath, one pull, one clean strike. The laughter stopped cold. They hadn't realized she'd made shots like that before plenty of times, just never with witnesses left to talk about it. What city are you tuning in from today? If stories like this hit you, subscribe to Lone Wolf Tales, where quiet skill meets raw valor. The chopper sliced through thin mountain air, kicking up dust clouds over the remote base in eastern Badakhshan. As the skids hit gravel, the figure stepping out wasn't what anyone expected. Kate Sullivan slung a battered rifle case over one shoulder, a faded pack on the other. Mid-30s, average build. Her only standout feature was a faint web of scars disappearing into her hairline. Commander Lucas Hart gave a crisp nod. Glad you made it. Wasn't sure you would. Not after Kandahar. Her reply was flat, no emotion. That's done. From a nearby tent, the sniper unit watched her arrival with barely hidden skepticism. Their leader, Chief Ryan Holt, crossed his arms. That's our ace in the hole. Looks like my old math teacher. His spotter, Caleb Dunn, snickered. Maybe she's got a book on how to shoot straight. Kate heard every word meant to sting. She unpacked without a flicker, pulling out a rifle that looked like it belonged in a museum. No modern barrel fluting, just a worn stock and a scope that seemed pre-digital. Ryan strolled over, feigning politeness. That's a unique piece, he said, eyeing the rifle. Macmillan TAC 50? Straight out of my grandpa's Korean War stories. Kate kept at her task, hands steady from muscle memory. Then Liam Cole, their tech guru, wandered over. That thing holds 0 in this weather? Our Mars rigs use Barrett's with real-time wind data. You're not using a slide rule, are you? She didn't respond, just pulled a worn leather notebook from her pack, its pages dense with tight handwriting. Their laughter sharpened, enough that even Hart frowned, shooting them a look before pulling Kate aside. These are my best guys, he said quietly. But they don't know what I know. You sure about this? After Kandahar. I'm here, she said, voice steady. Let's focus. The words were calm, but the tension was knife edge. Intel was clear. A bomb maker linked to dozens of U.S. casualties had been located, but the window to hit him was tight. He'd be visible for minutes before vanishing into Pakistan's borderlands. Estimated distance, 2,600 meters, Hart said, tapping the map. Wind's a problem. Problem. Ryan cut in. Sir, at that range, with these gusts and heat shimmer, it's a Hail Mary. Hart's eyes flicked to Kate. That's why she's here. The air stilled, broken by Caleb's scoff. For real? With that dinosaur rifle? Kate closed her notebook and stood. We move at first light. Best window before heat distortion worsens. As the team geared up, Liam nudged Ryan. Bet she misses by 100 meters. Ryan smirked. Not 200. The rocky ridge gave a perfect view of the compound, 2,600 meters out. Dawn painted gold across the peaks as the team took position, shadows sharp and long. Kate stayed apart, laying out her kit with precision, handmade tools, her tattered notebook, unmarked ammo. Caleb made a point of shutting her out. No offense, but I only spot for Ryan 4 years running. None taken, Kate said, unruffled, her first words to most of them. Liam was busy booting up his high-tech targeting rig, a sleek device reading temperature, wind, humidity, and ballistic factors. Check this out, he called, flashing the screen. AI-assisted targeting handles drop, spin drift, Coriolis, you name it. Kate didn't blink, scribbling odd symbols in her notebook that looked nothing like standard formulas. Ryan noticed. What kind of system is that? Mine, she said, not looking up. The radio buzzed. Nest to Hawkeye, target expected within the hour. Confirm position. Confirmed, Hart replied. All units in place. Ryan settled behind his rifle, a carbon fiber precision rig with a smart scope streaming weather data to his eye. Nice setup, Kate said, her first unsolicited words. Caught off guard, Ryan nodded. Yeah, 35 grand of fine-tuned precision. Yours, modified infield. Tweaked it some. Caleb snorted. Figures. Time crawled. The sun climbed, heat shimmer rippling across the valley. Wind swirled in unpredictable eddies, sending dust spiraling over rock and gravel. Movement, Liam called, eyes on his thermal screen. A figure appeared, then ducked back into shadow. That's the target, Hart confirmed. ID verified. Ryan adjusted his optics. Caleb rattling off wind metrics. 18 to 23 miles per hour, shifting gusts, pressure dropping. Liam glanced at his readout and grimaced. 91% miss probability. The figure reappeared, darting between structures. Take the shot, Hart ordered. Ryan froze, finger hovering. Sir, conditions are too unstable. I can't guarantee it. The target neared a waiting vehicle, seconds from escape. Hart's voice sharpened over comms. We're losing the window. Anyone have the shot? Kate slid into place, smooth and certain. I've got it, she said, almost casual. The squad laughed until Hart snapped. Let her take it. Silence fell as Kate positioned herself behind her rifle. No spotter, no backup. She opened her notebook, tweaked her scope, then closed her eyes for a breath, centering. Inhale, half exhale, trigger squeeze. The shot cracked through the canyon. 2 seconds later, the figure crumpled. The radio crackled. Target neutralized. Clean hit. Caleb dropped his spotter scope, face pale. No way, he muttered. Liam stared at his display. It said 91% miss. Variables were off. Ryan said nothing, studying Kate's rifle with new eyes. A refined trigger job, hand-lapped barrel, scope with strange etched glass. What's this? He asked, pointing to the odd marks. Before she could answer, a separate frequency buzzed on her personal comm. Sullivan, confirmed status. The team exchanged glances that wasn't the name they'd been given. Kate keyed her mic. Shadow asset reporting. Package secured. No complications. Hart's demeanor shifted, from command to respect. Gentlemen, he said, voice low, you've just worked with the ghost of Kandahar. The squad stared, stunned. No way, Caleb whispered. The ghost made the longest confirmed shot in Afghanistan. Those kills in Mosul no one believed were real. 12 total, Hart continued. All beyond expected range. All with that rifle you called a relic. Liam shook his head. But those were different ops, different shooters. Every way. Kate cut in, disassembling her rifle. Scenes flickered in her mind. A blacked-out op in Kandahar, one shot flipping a mission no one would read about. The fallout cost lives, pushed her to the margins. Her rifle wasn't outdated, it was built in secret, designed to blend in and leave no trace. That rifle, Ryan said, realization dawning. It's meant to look plain. Kate nodded. The best tools are the ones no one remembers seeing. The comms crackled again. Hawkeye, 3 more high-value targets at secondary coordinates. Requesting overwatch, possible engagement. Hart glanced at the shimmering valley. That wasn't in the brief. Conditions are worse. Ryan shook his head. Even she might not pull it off. Kate flipped through her notebook, studying new grid marks. I can hit the first, maybe the second. The third? That's yours, she told Ryan. Mine. He laughed. No humor. I just saw you make a shot I wouldn't try on my best day. Because you haven't learned what I've learned, she said. Not yet. Caleb stepped forward, pride checked. Can you show me your math? Kate hesitated, then opened her notebook, revealing dense formulas, wind models, and annotations no manual taught. This tracks air density along a bullet's path, she explained. This accounts for microterrain wind, bends your scope, won't catch. Ryan joined, grappling with humility. I've chased that kind of shot for 3 years. Never got past 2,100 meters with real accuracy. It's not the gear, Kate said, hand on her rifle's weathered stock. At this range, you're threading a river that shifts every second. The tone on the ridge shifted no smirks, just curiosity. Target 1, 2,430 meters, Hart called. Wind bad, maybe worse. Kate adjusted, fired. Target down, the radio confirmed. For the second at 2,500 meters, she guided Caleb through adjustments, spotting subtle wind breaks. Another hit. The third, a narrow uphill shot, partially blocked, was the toughest. This one's you, Kate told Ryan. I can't thread that shot. I'm not ready, he admitted. Not with what you knew an hour ago, she said. Taking the spotter role, she coached him, reading dust swirls and wind layers no sensor could catch. Use your eyes over hardware, she said. Feel the shot before you pull. Ryan listened, tweaked, and fired. 3 seconds later, target down. Confirmed hit. Ryan didn't smile, just a look of clarity, like seeing for the first time. That's my longest ever, he breathed. Kate nodded. Won't be your last. As they packed, questions flowed. How'd you become the ghost? Liam asked, all unhidden. Competition shooter, recruited for precision, then black missions, Kate said simply. The legend grew from there. Why stay hidden? Caleb asked. With skills like that, you could have gone anywhere. Her face shadowed. Myths have more power than people. The ghost was more useful as a whisper than a name. Ryan lowered his voice. Kandahar, what happened? Hart shot him a look, but Kate nodded. Supposed to be clean, one shot at high-value targets. But the intel was wrong. I saw civilians through my scope, tried to abort. Comms jammed. Someone green-lit it, pinned it on me. The team fell silent, her words heavy. 14 civilians died. Official report said bad intel. I knew better. Someone wanted it to happen. And when you ask questions? Liam said. I became a risk, Kate replied. They erased the ghost. Until now. Why come back? Caleb asked. Kate looked across the ridgeline. Sometimes the best place to hide is in plain sight. Dusk fell as the extraction chopper arrived. The flight back was quiet, each lost in thought. After landing, Hart pulled Kate aside. You did good out there, not just the trigger, but the team. They're sharp, she said. Hart lowered his voice. This op wasn't just about the target. It was to evaluate you. Kate stiffened. For what? The program's back. New assets, new missions, same silence. They want you to build the next generation of ghosts. She shook her head. That's not why I came back. Then why? He pressed. Before she could answer, Ryan approached. Commander, need a word with Sullivan. Hart stepped aside. That shot today, Ryan began. You adjusted for a crosswind that hadn't shown yet. Ethan's data showed the shift 3 seconds after, but it hit right as your bullet landed. Like you knew it was coming. Kate met his eyes. Good catch. How'd you know? She pointed to distant clouds rolling over the crest. They trigger recurring downdrafts here. I've worked this region. Some patterns don't change. Ryan nodded. So, it's not just Techets knowing the ground. Exactly. Terrain, time, seasonal drift, thermals, it all matters when distance breaks normal rules. I want to learn, Ryan said. Not just how, but why. Why now, she asked. Because today I saw I've been wrong about what makes the best. I don't want to stay wrong. Kate smiled faintly, softening her face. First light, Andoli. Bring your rifle, leave your ego in the barracks. Dawn broke over a new ridge, casting violet and gold across the desert. Ryan found Kate already set up, not firing, just sitting with her notebook on a rock. Lesson 1, she said. Put your scope away. What do you see? Ryan scanned the valley. Mountains, buildings, vehicles heading east. Go deeper, she said. What's the valley telling you? He squinted. Dust spiraling near the far ridge, heat rising off buildings. Good. Now close your eyes. What's the wind telling your skin? He focused. It's twisting, not steady. That's the mountain's vortex, she said. By midday, it turns into a thermal updraft, throwing bullets off by meters. They observed for hours, Kate teaching him to read terrain cues Tech couldn't catch. At noon, she let him shoot a practice target at 1,800 meters. He hit 6 inches right. Not bad, she said. Explain the miss. Last-second wind change. No. The target's in shadow, where's 3 degrees cooler there, slowing the bullet. Small variables, big effects. Days passed, Ryan's skill deepening. Others joined. Liam left his tech behind. Caleb honed his instincts. On day 7, Hart arrived, urgent. New intel. The bomb makers network has a new leader, deep in the mountains, fortified. No ground access. How far? Kate asked. Just over 3 clicks, Hart said. Caleb whistled. Beyond even your reach? Under normal conditions, yes, Kate said. But something's up. She turned to Hart. This isn't just a hit, is it? He shook his head. It's a message. No distance should feel safe. Ryan frowned. A visible shot? That's suicide. Not with multiple rifles, Kate said. Synchronized strike, different angles, same moment. Wind won't match across positions, Ryan said. Each needs its own math, Kate replied. That's why we've trained to read the environment. Hart asked, can it be done? Kate glanced at the team. Ryan, humbled. Caleb, steady. Liam, balanced. Yes, but we need 3 days. They became a masterclass in precision. Kate split them into 3 cells. Ryan on the western slope, Caleb on the southern ridge, herself on the exposed eastern perch. Liam ran comms, relaying real-time wind data. They mapped ridges and valleys, fine-tuned hand-loaded rounds. Synchronized execution is everything, Kate said. 1 shot from 3 positions. What if one misses? Caleb asked. We won't, she said. But if anything's off, we pull out. No follow-ups. The op began in darkness, the team moving like shadows. The compound sat in a steep valley, naturally defended. Intel confirmed the new bomb maker's demo at 0900. Ryan settled 3,200 meters out, the compound like matchsticks in the haze. Eagle 1 in position, he radioed. Eagle 2 ready, Caleb said. Eagle 3 set, Kate followed. Liam reported. Weather steady, winds light, pressure 29.92. Ryan slowed his pulse, recalling Kate's words. Trust the air, not the numbers. Movement, Caleb reported. Figures gathered around a demo table. Target ID confirmed, Liam said. Black vest, red head wrap. Ryan lined up his crosshairs, calm. Eagle 1 has visual and solution. Caleb and Kate followed suit. Liam counted down. 3, 2, 1 mark. 3 rifles fired as one, the crack blending into a single sound. For seconds later, the target collapsed, chaos erupting. Target down, Liam confirmed. Clean hit. Extract. They wiped their positions and moved to the fallback point. Ryan and Caleb arrived, but Kate was missing. Her radio crackled. Eagle 3 encountering contact, taking alternate path. Proceed with evac. Ryan grabbed his mic. Negative. We wait. Gunfire echoed in the background. Hart barked. Return to LZ. Ryan replied. With respect, sir, no. We don't leave our own. They slipped through the terrain, finding Kate pinned behind a rock, trading pistol fire with 3 hostiles, her rifle all. Ryan and Caleb dropped 2 with rifles. Kate took the 3rd with her sidearm. They rushed to her, blood soaking her sleeve. I told you to exfil, she said. We don't leave our spotter, Caleb said. Her eyes said gratitude. The chopper lifted them as enemy reinforcements arrived. The op was a success. 1 impossible synchronized shot shook the network. In the med tent, Kate sat while a medic dressed her wound. Ryan and Caleb waited nearby. Why'd you come back, she asked. Because that's what a team does, Ryan said. We became one this week. She nodded slowly. Yes, we did. Hart entered, unreadable. The shot's already a legend. 3 kilometers, synchronized, single kill. The networks rattled. Kate said, not entirely. There's the original assignment. Ryan raised a brow. Original. Hart glanced at Kate. She wasn't just here for this op. She evaluated you for the new Ghost program teams for impossible missions. Caleb asked, your assessment? Kate looked at them. You're ready if you choose to be. Choose what? Ryan asked. To become ghosts, she said. Missions that don't exist, shots that can't be made, no credit. Liam nodded. Like you after Kandahar. Exactly, she said. The work matters more than most will know. 6 months later, 4 new instructors arrived at a Nevada training site. No records, but their presence shifted everything. The Ghost of Kandahar became a team legend. In a quiet glass case, Kate's rifle sat, a simple plaque reading. It's not the weapon that makes the impossible possible. New recruits arrived, skeptical of the terrain over tech training. During a demo, a young woman with a non-regulation rifle drew snickers. Ryan and Caleb, now instructors, watched. Show us what you've got, Caleb said. Kate, nearby, grinned, the memory of her first day vivid. The cycle began, a new skill hidden in plain sight, waiting to be seen. She headed to her next class, thinking, the most dangerous weapon is the one they underestimate. The Ghost program grew, its operatives slipping into silent wars, delivering impossible results, vanishing without trace. In sniper circles, stories of an old rifle with an impossible shot persisted. Most called it myth. But a few, who'd learned to see past appearances, just nodded. Some legends don't wear uniforms. They just do the work.